The leader of opposition, SSENYONYI, has come out to put Parliament on the spot over General MUHOOZI's contempt. The contempt General MUHOOZI has over Parliament is overwhelming. And it pains me more that Parliament has become a rubber stamp. It has become toothless when it comes to handle business in the country. Very many parliamentarians don't know that Parliament is the third arm of government. It's supposed to be independent, working together with other arms, but by how it operates, it looks like a leg of the executive, or an arm, or an extension of the executive. So today, Parliament, in Parliament, SSENYONYI came out to talk about the issue of Eddie Mutwe, who was abducted by the CDF General MUHOOZI Kainerugaba. And General MUHOOZI came out to chase them that he has him over his basement. That was so unfortunate. In fact, what pained me more that during this debate, the Speaker of Parliament kinda came out in defense. Okay? That's the truth. He did not come out to defend directly, but the way he was shutting down SSENYONYI, you clearly see that he was defending MUHOOZI Kainerugaba, which is not supposed to be the case. Government must have an habit of defending itself, not using the speaker to defend their business. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the issue of SSENYONYI coming out and calling out Parliament, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the certain materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to show that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, SSENYONYI is the leader of opposition. Even when he was being sworn in as the leader of opposition, Anita Among cautioned him that they must not use violence. He underestimated him. But by the virtue, if I put on the scale, SSENYONYI has surpassed the expectations. He came out and called on Parliament to stop this childishness so that they can do business. It's only in our Parliament where a government official comes out to break the constitution, and especially those from the NRM come out and pay a deaf ear, not knowing that it is a cycle. Today is Eddie Mutwe in the opposition, tomorrow to be one of those from the NRM. We've seen it, people falling out with the regime. I don't see anyone in Parliament right now who was a darling like Dr. Kizza Besigye. I don't. But today they're on the separate verge. So when you are making laws, when you're executing your duty, you must understand the duties of Parliament. So today, first of all, SSENYONYI came out and showed the plight of Eddie Mutwe, but also called on the Parliament, okay, to come out and act. In fact, he said these statements.
Honorable members, the court process is ongoing. The court process is ongoing. What we require to do is to make sure that we expedite the process. You sit, members, sit. Honorable members, I did not introduce Father Frederick to Singure, the Parliament Court Chaplain. Father, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Yes.
Madam Speaker, I want to appreciate the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs for stating it very unequivocally that no one is above the law. And I want to appreciate him because he released a statement in regard to this particular matter, condemning the abduction and the torture of this person called Edward Sebufu. Away though from the letter, which I do appreciate he wrote, I don't know whether he wrote it because of the opposition politician he has been for a long time, but as a government official, we would want to know, is action going to be taken against this errant government official that broke the law? Because when a minister writes a statement saying a minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs writes a statement saying government official X, CDF, here you are breaking the law. You cannot abduct people and torture them in your basement. Release them. That's a government minister writing that. Away from the fact that that is good and it excited us, what action gets to be taken against this errant government official? Or is he above the law? And that's the question that I was asking. We have now recognized he was operating outside the law.
Thank you.
What then gets to be done? Is anything going to happen to him? And I'm glad even the Prime Minister has walked in. Maybe Honorable Mao might not have an answer, but maybe he should as a minister. But the Prime Minister, who often says she's very able and she's action-oriented, is she going to take action against this errant government official called General MUHOOZI KAINERUGABA?
That is Joel SSENYONYI. So putting out the plight of Eddie Mutwe, and the commander in the CDF, the Commander Defense Force, comes out to say that he has him in his basement. And in the country, it says business as usual. One would expect that Parliament will be on the forefront, to summon the CDF to account, because that is contempt to the Constitution and to the Parliament. Some people think that by coming out and support General MUHOOZI's actions of inconstitutionality, they think that they will be adhering to the regime. This regime, at most, I don't think it will survive for the next 15 years or 10. It is on the verge of going. Regimes come and go, but people who stand on the right side, the country remembers them. Remember, Parliament has a tuition rate of almost 85%. It means that, and by the way, in each and every cycle of an election, it means that 80% of the people who are in Parliament are not going to return. So it's incumbent of those who have gotten a chance to serve, to pass laws that help us. Remember, today they were tabling the UPDF Act amendment. And I know, since NRM has the majority, it will pass, but it will be a shame to our country. Our country will have degenerated even more to a family rule and a military rule. Okay? And of course, Anita Among came out to somehow defend. He said these statements.
I have never, just like when there's arrests by police, by army, I have never seen the IGP himself going to do the arrest. The arrest is done by other people. So you may not talk about the CDF now. We may need to look in depth. We may need to look in depth who did it and why was it done. But then the court process must be expedited.
That is Anita Among. So it's clear that our Parliament doesn't have anything to offer to the country. Sometimes I even pray that when they are sitting, maybe something happens to them, most especially those from the NRM side, because they've become a burden to our country. They don't know where the country is going and where it is. We are at a juncture where failed states have ever been. It's incumbent upon leaders in Parliament, all Ugandans, to understand that we should shatter a new direction. If we remain like we are juveniles, we are born to suffer. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, employ to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.